Good morning, everyone. My name is Glorya Olviana Sinaga, and now I would like to present my intercultural learning project entitled Berinai, Riau Malay wedding traditions. In this presentation, I will explain Berinai as a local culture, compare it with wedding traditions in Australia, discuss a global cultural phenomenon, and demonstrate how this topic can be integrated into English language teaching. Okay, next slide. There is learning objective. Before we begin, here are the learning objectives of this lesson. By the end of these presentations, students are expected to understand the meaning and significance of the Berinai tradition in Riau Malay culture. Students will also be able to identify its cultural facts, values, beliefs, attitudes, and practice. In addition, students will compare Berinai with wedding traditions in Australia and explore how global culture influences modern wedding celebrations. Finally, students are expected to develop intercultural awareness through English learning activities. Okay, next, let me introduce the topic. Berinai is one of the most important traditions in a Riau Malay wedding ceremony. It is usually held one night before the wedding. During the ceremony, henna is applied to the hands of the bride and groom by their parents and respected family members. The ceremony symbolizes fertile blessings, happiness, and red lines of married life. Besides applying henna, the family gathers together, traditional music is performed, and pantun are recited to create a joyful atmosphere. For the Malay community, Berinai is more than just a ceremony. It is a way of preserving cultural identity and strengthening family relationship. Okay, and then next slide, local culture Riau Malay. Now let's look at Berinai from the perspective of local culture. First, the cultural fact is that Berinai is a traditional ceremony performed before the wedding day. Second, the cultural value include respect for elders, family unity, cooperation, modesty, and mutual respect. Third, the cultural belief emphasizes that henna brings blessing, protections, and good fortune to the newly married couple. Fourth, the cultural activities encourage gratitude, harmony, respect, responsibility towards family traditions. Finally, the cultural practice include applying henna, reciting pantun, performing traditional Malay music, praying together, and sharing traditional Malay food with relatives and guests. These traditions reflect the rich cultural heritage of the Riau Malay community. Next slide. Target culture Australia. Next, I will compare Berinai with wedding tradition in Australia. Australian weddings are generally more flexible because Australia is a multicultural country. Wedding ceremonies may take place in church, gardens, beach, or vineyards. The cultural values emphasize individual choice, equality, freedom, and diversity. Instead of a Berinai ceremony, Australian couples usually exchange wedding vows and rings before family and friends. Although the traditions are different, both cultures celebrate love, marriage, and family togetherness. This comparison shows that different cultures may express similar values in different ways. Next slide, we look about differences. Global culture. One example is the influence of the media on weddings. Today, many couples share their wedding through Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, digital destination, stream ceremonies have become increasingly popular around the world. Globalizations allow people to learn from different cultures. However, it is also important to preserve local tradition like Berinai while embracing modern developments. Okay. And next, there is cultural comparison. This table compares local culture, target culture, and global culture in Riau Malay culture. Marriage focus on family traditions and community participants. In Australia, weddings are generally more centered on the couple's personal preference. Meanwhile, global culture promotes personalized celebration influenced by technology and social media. Although these cultures have different customs, they all celebrate love, commitment, and family. The most important intercultural insight is that we should respect cultural diversity because every tradition has its own meaning and value. Okay, next, so we have activities to integrate intercultural learning into English language teaching. I designed 3 classroom activities. The first activity is a group discussion. Students discuss why different cultures have different wedding traditions. The second activity is a role play. Students pretend to be a Malay wedding host and an Australian wedding guest, then practice intercultural communication in English. The third activity is project-based learning. Students work in groups to create a presentation or poster about wedding traditions from different countries. These activities improve speaking, writing, collaboration, and critical thinking skills while promoting intercultural understanding. And then this is the link of YouTube. You can also look at this link, and then this is the link website. So we go to reflections. From this project, I learned that every culture has unique traditions and values. Although wedding ceremonies differ around the world, they all celebrate love, commitment, and family. This topic promotes intercultural awareness because it encourages us to appreciate cultural diversity and communicate respectfully with people from different backgrounds. Integrating local target and global culture into English language teaching helps students not only improve their English skills but also become more culturally aware and global-minded citizens. So, finally, I would like to conclude that Berinai is an important cultural tradition that reflects the identity of the Riau Malay community. By comparing local culture, Australian culture, and global culture, we can better understand cultural diversity and develop intercultural competence through English learning. So, thank you very much for your attention. I'm happy attention. So, thank you.